have excelled all season long. This great expect a big-time response from this 4-1 in the playoffs. They score at home. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City averages 16 points per game less on the road in the playoffs. Obviously, a lot of circumstances. Meanwhile, they don't waste time getting on the board. The big men with a perfect connection. Holmgren to Hartenstein. This has been one of the loudest crowds in the NBA throughout these playoffs as Anthony Edwards misses his first three. Hartenstein saves it. OKC did lose 2 road games in the Denver series. They're 3-2 on the road. Hartenstein, that floater. And back-to-back buckets from the big men.
2 plays, 2 assists. You see Shea, you see the roll from the bigs. Minnesota's, they've got to pick up their intensity on their defense.
Mike Conley flips it inside. Gobert stripped by Holmgren. Turnovers is a story every time you watch OKC. Nice pass. Jalen Williams open 3. Can't get it. And Edwards the rebound. Edwards been one of the leading rebounders in the playoffs. Randall goes right at Jalen Williams. Well defended. A little bit of a bump, and Randall still knocks it down. That is a good sign for Minnesota.
He loves the spin move, particularly the closer he gets to the rim. He wants to get back to that strong left hand, but that spin is his move.
Good defense there from McDaniels. Jalen Williams looking. Keeps running, kicks it out in the corner. Lou Dort. Nope, stepped out of bounds. And Stewart down the other end. Backing in. 2 strong Bulls right there. Randall hits another. Now he has been not good, but sensational in these playoffs prior to that struggle in game 2. Gilgeous-Alexander to Dort. Dort fires away. That 3-pointer in and out. Randall the rebound. Again, did not play at all in the 4th quarter. He wasn't happy about it. Talked with Chris Finch. And is clearly ready to go. Falling away, tries another. This one well short. And well defended.
Playing one-on-one basketball too early against this OKC defense.
Gobert with a steal. Edwards goes, trying to draw some contact, banks at home. He thought there was a foul as well. Williams, Gilgeous-Alexander. McDaniels has tried his best to slow him down. An elite defender. What a difficult task it's been. Jalen Williams off the bounce. Well defended by Edwards. Shot clock at 3. Holmgren a 3-pointer. That won't go. McDaniels hesitates, now pulls up and knocks it down. He loves the mid-range. Says he's going to steal some move after guarding SGA this closely. Holmgren left wide open and connects on a 3. So good shooting from both teams as we start off. 3.5 gone by. Minnesota by 1. Conley left open. Jalen Williams. Conley pursuing the rebound. The 37-year-old brings it up the floor. Edwards back to Conley. Little fake. Randall, corner 3 deep. Can't get it to fall. For both teams, the 3-point shooting has been erratic so far in the series. Gilgeous-Alexander hearing the boos from the crowd when he touches. Hartenstein tried a fancy pass.
Come to you and try to take away that driving angle, stay down and disciplined.
Edwards nails a 3. Hartenstein, that's a deep floater. That won't go. Gilgeous-Alexander tips it, race for the ball, still alive. Edwards comes up with it. Wide open for the slam. SGA, nice move, and the finish.
Boy, Rudy has not been able to handle Shea once he's that lone man trying to contend with him.
No, but the intensity from Minnesota is so different already.
Gobert couldn't get it. Good contesting of the shot from Chet Holmgren. What a pace here to start game 3. Holmgren wants the ball. Conley's guarding him. Holmgren, Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander on the drive, goes right at Randall. Minnesota so far has not turned the ball over. Almost on cue there, but Randall somehow held it. Mike Conley can't get it. Understanding what the home crowd will do for the opponent when you're on the road, as Edwards knocks down another three. And you can see exactly home crowd, they're playing more physical, they're playing faster.
That's a massive sign for Anthony Edwards.
Edwards knocks it away from Dort. And this time, just gently.
Minnesota's had that lead, but Anthony making threes is a big deal. It's been a struggle in this series, just 24% coming in.
And he's got 12 of their 18 points. Gilgeous-Alexander lines that one up, shot well off. DiVincenzo just checked in, gets the rebound.
But it looks like Minnesota's pickup point is up higher on everybody but SGA.
Alex Caruso with his first minutes. Naz Reid as well from Minnesota. Both these teams have relied on their bench. The Thunder very deep on the bench. Good defense there from Wallace. Randall goes again. Kicks it out in the corner. DiVincenzo checks the seams and hits the three. And it's here in game 3. Cason Wallace fakes, drives, throws it up. Hartenstein couldn't get it to fall. And Edwards looks to push. Minnesota would like a quicker pace. Caruso trying to swipe it out of his hands. Naz Reid looking to get untracked. Caruso all over him, and Reid.
But when they do, you have to make them pay.
DiVincenzo to Edwards. Randall left open. Hartenstein falls down, but Randall can't make him pay. And Gilgeous-Alexander the rebound. He's become the villain for tonight. Misses that jumper. Crowd delights. Edwards with yet another rebound. He's got already 4 of those to go with the 12 points. Cason Wallace trying to defend Randall in the post, who wants the ball. Little zone defense from OKC. Naz Reid tries the three. That's good. Naz Reid finally gets one. 16 three-pointers in the playoffs. Jalen Williams. Caruso has some space. Can't get it to fall. Rebound the footer. Just bad timing to go cold like that. Caruso drives, can't finish. Gobert the rebound. Minnesota's defense much more aggressive here to start in the first quarter of game 3. And they've been a good defensive team all season. Pass deflected.
Games that got away from them. It got away from them in the third quarter.
Isaiah Joe now in. Edwards, that three-pointer misses. Holmgren grabs it. Gilgeous-Alexander going against his cousin, Alexander Walker. Caruso stolen by Alexander Walker. Deflect. So to cut a 22-point fourth quarter lead to 10. Gobert helping out defensively, knocks it loose. Another steal for Gobert. Driving down the lane, and he's fouled. Reid, Terrence Shannon Jr. goes in. Shannon throws it up, shot. Counted out.
Feeds off of it. This is what OKC knew was coming, but I don't think they knew it was coming like this from Minnesota.
Well, Terrence Shannon Jr., only his 7th appearance of these playoffs. They call him a wrecking ball. You look at the size of him, and he plays with such force. Aaron Wiggins has come on. Williams, three-pointer misses. Reid the rebound. They're 2 for 12 from three-point range. And certainly not surprising Minnesota would come out with a force, but a 23-point lead. Shannon jumper, got it. How about this off the bench? A 5-point lead, 13 minutes in as Jalen start. In his one start. And free throw's good. Alexander Walker, Randall, Shannon, Reid, and Conley. Randall to spin, kicks it out. Another attempt, shot short. Boy, if Shannon hit that, this place would go crazy. Williams, the crossover goes right at Shannon, shot won't go. Game 2. After a terrific game 1, Richard, you talked about it at the top. The last 3 games, the 3 biggest games of his career, he has been just sensational.
I'm glad you heard that at the top.
Backcourt violate, 6 turnovers. Jalen Williams. Only in the minutes he's been on the floor, the T-Wolves have played well. Wallace gets right up into the grill of Randall. Kicks it out. Conley, 7 on the shot clock. Makes his drive, uses his offhand. Can't get to the fault. And the 2 Jalen Williams out there connect. Shannon trying to guard Jalen Williams. Now Randall picks him up. Kicks it back out. Wiggins with 8 to shoot. Caruso on the drive. Boy, Shannon is just, he's maniacal out there. Shot won't go. Second shot.
Look at all those choppy step clubs.
Did play in the previous 11 games. Had a big role in the Denver series. Part of that defending Nikola Jokic. He did a really solid job against Jokic. Reed coming up to set the screen. Wallace fights over it, and Caruso greets him. And then they're handsy. That's your prime example of being handsy. Conley knocks down the 3. They're 7 of 15 from 3-point range. They came in to the conference final 29% from 3 in the first 2 games. Wallace nearly stolen by DiVincenzo. Jalen Williams, Shannon the foul. 39% for his career. Now in his 18th year, Williams steps back. That shot won't go. DiVincenzo trying to run after it, but can't save it. Shannon getting extended minutes here. Williams had it knocked away. Another turnover. Here's Shannon. Goes, and Caruso lays it up and in. Shannon up.
Mike.
All right, Lisa. By the way, he was great in the movie Hustle. And basketball fans who haven't seen it, is Adam Sandler's movie about an international scout. That shot missed. Edwards was really believable. He was really good. Shannon drives and draws the foul. 4-year-old off the bench. 9 points in 3 minutes.
Mike,
just over 3.
Excuse me, Mike, I always tell young players 5 minutes can turn into 0 in DMPs, but 5 minutes can also turn into 10 minutes. Can also turn into 15 minutes, and that's what Shannon Jr. is doing right now.
Reed snatches that rebound. Inside won't go. Ball knocked loose. Williams
Consistent with their ball pressure, rotation, communication, as OKC did to them in the first 2 games.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pulls up, jump shot, short. Hartenstein deflects. I can't even imagine the adrenaline flowing through his body right now. Naz Reid, left-handed. Oh, sweet hook shot with the offhand from Naz Reid.
There's Big Jelly. They call him that for a reason. He's so dynamic and skilled, giving you a little glimpse of it.
Wiggins, open 3, rattles that one in. McDaniels quickly down the other end. Good transition defense from OKC, but Conley winds up. He knocks down a 3. It's the regular season.
I did not have Terrence Shannon on my bingo card.
Naz Reid was in Chicago and Florida. He loved Russell Westbrook. He's got a little Russell Westbrook in his game.
He had a pretty awesome jersey retirement, too, in Illinois.
Conley to Reed. Now Randall. Randall goes inside, kicks it out. McDaniels with 5 to shoot. Tough fall-away shot. Great defense there from Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander tries a 3-pointer. He's now 1 for 6 from the field. Mike Conley, Reed, and Edwards. Edwards had that big first quarter. His teammates doing a lot here in the second. Randall, triple team, gets the shot off, but can't get it. McDaniels the rebound. Back up top, Reed. Reed to the rim. Bank shot's good. Holmgren slightly limping as he comes up the floor. On here in game 3. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Step up, that's his sweet spot. Use that length to deter him.
This past the midway point here in the second. Dort.
Won an MVP, and he's raising up and then getting a travel because he's trying to pass the ball.
Conley finds some room. Can't hit the 3. Holmgren tracks down the rebound. OKC just trying right now with this 28-point deficit to cut into it before halftime. SGA steps back and knocks down the three, just his second field goal.
They've been in this environment before. In their Memphis series, they got absolutely hammered. And then it was a big-time comeback.
That was game 3. They were down by 29 late in the second. Obviously, a different quality of team, but it was also on the road. Naz Reid, three-pointer, puts it in. Reid is 4 for 4 from the field. He's hit both his threes. He's in double figures. SGA gets in the first 2 games. He's 4 for 4 in game. Mitchell getting some interesting early minutes. Mitchell's another impressive rookie who was starting to get some playing time, but then got hurt and was out for a long stretch. Randall finds some room. McDaniels along the baseline. Gobert kicks it back out. Alexander Walker, the runner. The bench with 27 points. Gilgeous-Alexander comes right back. He's starting to get a little bit of a rhythm after a very slow start. He's actually their leading scorer. They have 32 points with 4:20 to play in the half. Hartenstein helping out defensively. Edwards pulls up from the elbow. Shot no good. Jalen Williams the rebound. Hartenstein. Mitchell. Corner 3. That won't go. Edwards had all 16 of his points in that first quarter. Alexander Walker the drive. Counted at 1.
It was 1 for 1. Naz Reid 4 for 4. They are shooting
Effort to play against this great OKC team. That is what it has been here in the first 2 quarters. Mitchell tries from the other side. Can't get that to fall. Edwards nearly threw it away, but Randall right there to help. Randall kicks it back out. McDaniels tries the 3. Gobert trying to hold on. Now is absolutely stunning. 60-32. Gobert spins, layup, flips it up, won't go. Nearly tipped in. McDaniels. By the way, the largest comeback in an NBA playoff game ever is 31. Not that long ago, 2019, Clippers were down 31 against the Warriors, came back and won. There's Gobert. There's Randall. Spins, falls away, shot, banker won't go. Rebound, Isaiah Joe with a nice save. And then ball knocked.
Said we knew that they were going to come out with this kind of intensity and physicality. I just wish that we could have met it with more resistance. I asked him, how long do you give it before you wave the white flag, maybe move on to game 4? And he said, as long as it's winnable. He goes, this is a playoff game, so you got to hang in longer than you would a regular season game. He said, but we'll see. Mike?
Coaches don't want to hear the phrase waving the white flag at halftime, but the way Minnesota dominated as McDaniels gets the rebound. Julius Randle, 10 points, but he really set the tone. He hit his first couple of shots and did it with force. As Gilgeous-Alexander steps back, high arcing 3, and got it to go.
And in this series, the third quarters have been unkind to Minnesota. They've been outscored by 28.
Yeah, game 1 by 14, game 2 by 14. Edwards kicks it out. Conley swings it. McDaniels gets a clean look. That won't go. Lou Dort the rebound.
But even some of that swing, if you're Minnesota, you got to clean it up. Conley should have had a shot available there.
And often in huge deficits like this, Isaiah Joe jumper's good. It's the first couple give the team that's way behind a little bit of like, you know what, maybe we can do this. So Isaiah Joe starting in place of Hartenstein, so a change as Randall goes to the rim and banks it home. Holmgren and a foul.
You have not put up enough points to try and get into this game.
Of course, he's way ahead of me. Ball. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Holmgren. Holmgren fouled. Shot's good. 11 of 13 from the free throw line. And Holmgren now in double figures. The lead at one point was 35. Now it's 25. Randall one-on-one with Williams. Double team. McDaniels against SGA. Turnaround baseline. Shot won't go. Rebound Williams. Gobert fell down. 5-on-4 right now. Dort tries high arcing three. That's good. Lou Dort knocks it down, and Chris Finch wants a time.
Let's challenge ourselves to be the more physical, more forceful, earlier passing team this time, right? And see what happens.
Well, so far, first 3 minutes, yes. Three-pointer though, McDaniels. His first three, but overall shooting 10 of 22 from three-point range. Looked like a pretty good set play out of the timeout. Gilgeous-Alexander. That shot altered by Go.
Great assist there by Ann Edwards.
But that deeper penetration draws Shea just enough.
Gobert struggling with the dribble. Now Conley, shot clock at 7. He's out at half court. Isaiah Joe, good pressure. Gobert sets the screen. Holmgren picks him up. Conley inside. Holmgren, good contesting. Quick outlet. Williams. And Edwards, great transition defense. Isaiah Joe, though. Dort will try another high arcing three. Off the mark. Edwards with 9 rebounds to go with 20 points, 4 assists. Randall lost the dribble. Edwards drives, goes inside, reverse! Sensational play from Anthony Edwards. Oh, razzle-dazzle. He's now 9 of 12. Isaiah Joe looks to answer, can't. Conley the rebound. Edwards again. Gobert right there to clip. Jalen Williams guarded by Conley.
Game 2, but tonight just that attack has looked different.
Foul on Jalen Williams, his second. Conley gets it back. Edwards got a three. Anthony Edwards now with 20 straight since that timeout. Isaiah Joe, the high dribble, lost it. Gets it back, surrounded for second consecutive year. Williams, Isaiah Joe, Conley runs at him. Ball batted around. Randall comes up with a rebound. Randall, 12 points, 4 boards, 3 assists in his bounce back game. The spin move, the drive, the banker, and a foul.
You want to be on the floor, especially in the fourth.
6 minutes before sitting out the whole fourth. He just didn't play well.
Mike, that's a pretty good enough sample size in my opinion. And look, at some point in time, the coach is trying to win the game. It's not about you.
Williams, good drive. It's still a 32-point deficit as we reach the midway point here in the third. They came out strong the opening couple of minutes. McDaniels somehow held on, lost it a second. There's so many good defensive players right now in the NBA. It's hard to make an all-NBA defensive team. Shot clock at 5. Edwards to McDaniels, lines up a three and knocks it down. Back up to 35, equaling the largest lead of the game. They've hit half their three-pointers, 12 of 24. And
Free to kick out and make a play.
That post, Rich, that could be a place where he can avoid some of that.
He is, and he's so young. He's still so young, so much to grow. But you look at the evolution of great scorers. Kawhi Leonard, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. They all learn how to dominate that elbow and that logo spot.
The crowd was chanting free throw merchant when SGA was at the free throw line as Randall steps back, hits another one. Now this is the largest lead of the game, a 36-point advantage as we hit the 5-minute mark here in the third. Jalen Williams, shot blocked by Gobert. Suffocating defense from Minnesota. Edwards.
So when it's Dort, I don't like him handling up there. It's just too much pressure.
Double clutch from SGA. A grab from McDaniels. 4.5 left, third quarter. Randall goes right at SGA, jump shot, it's good.
If you don't like what you got, first, if you don't like what you got, first, then you pass the ball.
Come out strong here to begin the third. But a quick response again from Minnesota. Wiggins pulls up. Jump shot misses. Fight for the rebound. Lou Dort. Stripped and stolen. 13 turnovers.
I really like what Anthony Edwards said to McDaniels. If you don't like what you have, think about yourself, see what you have, and then pass the ball. That's how you uplift your teammate. That's how you encourage him to be aggressive.
7 on the 24 is Alex. 26 from 3. And doing all this, as you said, Doris, against the best, not only best defensive team in the NBA, one of the best we've seen in years. Mitchell, jumper. McDaniels drives, can't finish. Hartenstein with a rebound. Wiggins kicks it out. Lou Dort. He might have the highest arc on the 3 in the league.
And the elevation on that jump, that arc is very consistent.
Edwards, long three-pointer. It's good!
It's been different tonight.
Our defensive intensity, our willingness to help each other and get out and recover. I think it starts with our defense.
How satisfying has this been for you?
Only one game, we got to stay focused and keep building on good habits.
Thank you, Julius. Mike.
A 19-point game for Julius Randle. Most likely play a couple of minutes here early in the 4th, and that will be it. Shannon, boy, what a spark the rookie provided. 9 points in 7 minutes in that
spark someplace else, and Shannon Jr. did it for him.
Naz Reid drives. Paul Knocker, Houston, head coach of the Great Britain national team, head coach in the G League where he won a title. As Mitchell kicks it back out. Jalen Williams tries, can't get it to fall. Ball knocked out of bounds. His Germany and Belgium. He has been everywhere. This has been his life. A very good Division II player from Franklin and Marshall. This is what you call filler information on a broadcast. As DiVincenzo, you don't usually do it with 10:45 remaining. Here in the 4th, Randle off one leg, banks it in.
Mike, feel free to take control of the ball.
Well, normally you've seen OKC already pulled their starters. How much longer is Minnesota going to keep it in?
Wiggins can't get it to go. Reid the rebound. We said this in the first step. Randle trying and knocks down the 3. Let's just keep on coming here in game 3. Nice little floater from Mitchell. By the way, keep your eye on A.J. Mitchell. He's going to be a really good player. He's another one of those finds by Sam Presti. And again, just a rookie. A 2nd-round pick. We've got so many 2nd-round and non-drafted guys who contribute. And tonight it's been all Minnesota. Randle falling away. Mitchell there rattles that one in. All right, so what's it like, Rich, in a playoff series and you just get hammered like this? Now you got to spend a couple of days in the city.
Well, and it's actually good for you. It's team bonding. You're together. When you get blown out at home and those things, you go back to your family. As you see Shannon Jr. knock down. Moment for these, it is on the road.
And Doris, this is OKC, one of the most connected teams we've seen in a while. You know, they'll put it to good use next couple of days.
Yeah, and they've been in this circumstance, albeit we talked about in Memphis, they did come back. But listen, I think they've been a team that's gained resolve through the prior playoff series in Denver, right? You know, you face some adversity there. That get in their history.
Mitchell spinning, gets inside, takes a bump, shot, a foul.
People at home don't understand. You can have the worst game of your life, and you have to show back up the next day and answer the call. But that's part of the fun. The doubters come out. Everybody starts criticizing you. How do you answer the call? These calls are the most fun.
Fight for the rebound. And picked up by Isaiah Joe. Kenrich Williams the drive, blocked by Reid. Alexander Walker looks to push. Shannon inside, shot's good in college. He has more points than any player on OKC in this game. Oilers tied at a game apiece as the series shifts to Edmonton. Shannon kicks it out. And both teams emptying the benches here with still 7.5 remaining. Dillingham, Minot, Miller, Clark, and Shannon out there. Ball batted away from Isaiah Joe, and here comes Shannon. And a foul on sending Karl Anthony Towns to New York. And here he is, second straight year, as Minot shot won't go. And
they're always focused and locked in, because right now they're evaluating everybody on this court currently right now.
these young players getting a chance to play in the Western Conference Finals. Minot pass inside, deflected. Here comes Jones. Jones going coast to coast, can't get to the fall. Williams tips it. Dillingham picks it up. Dillingham, an impressive rookie as well. Long rebound.
DB, you remember how we mentioned getting blown out in that 1 and 2 in 2016? There was garbage minutes. And the only reason why in game 3 or 4 is because I came out and played those 5-6 minutes of garbage minutes like my life depended on it. So Kevin Love gets a concussion, and they're like, well, who are we going to start? It's like, well, Richard has played well. And I say all that to say, for all of these young players out here, play these last 6 minutes, have an impact. It might bump you up into the rotation. It might give you an opportunity. You never know.
We always say there's no wasted minutes on an NBA court.
Mitchell drives, can't get it. Shannon the rebound. Leonard Miller again drives inside. Layup is good. Leonard Miller, the second-round pick in his second year in the NBA. From Toronto, another Canadian. Henrich Williams and banks that home. For OKC, their road record in the playoffs will now be 3-3. They lost 2 games in Denver. Obviously had the sweep in the opening round. Clark, good strong move, scores the bucket.
LeBron, you saw him guard Steph for portions, Jimmy Butler. They've handled high-level players, but not the total team that OKC is.
Well, tonight will end that streak. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had scored 30 or more. Wade just recently back in January. He did it for the Sonics, of course, their title team in 1979. Dillingham misfires, but the Thunder came into this game maybe a chance to set the all-time record for largest margin of victory in the playoffs, as Mitchell, another nice move in there. The all-time record for margin of victory in the playoffs is 14.5. The 1971 Milwaukee Bucks.
You saw the boost from Minnesota, and you saw the team answer the call after this performance.
Nice pass inside. Garza bangs it home. Oh, the crowd loves that. Luka Garza, the 4th-year player out of Iowa. Now his 3rd year in Minnesota, doesn't get a lot of time. The amazing thing here, hardly anybody's left. This is a 40-point game in the 3rd quarter. But you can see just from watching, I know it's blowout material, but Mitchell, he's a really good player.
Every time I've had them and he's gotten minutes, he is in attack mode. He's smart. He grinds on the defensive end.
Miller called for
40. But if we take care of these, we could still lose because of this night. But it doesn't look like this, you know?
Already to interview him a couple of days ago in OKC, I said, I've been around a lot of superstars. He is one of the most impressive human beings that I've ever been around. And even to hear him break it down, the other 2 we can't. We got to control what's controllable.
Garza knocks down the three-pointer. The bench having some great time out there on the floor. Mitchell again goes inside.
I think maybe the most important thing Minnesota recognized, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker talked about this. He said because they play so very, very hard on both ends for as long as they do, our talent can't get us where we need to be in this series. And this,
banks in, excuse me, Doris.
this is the first night since getting into ball handlers, rotating quickly.
How about Miller knocking it down? Tell you what, these reserves are shooting the heck out of the ball. Minnesota is 20 of 40 from three-point range. The chancer for Joe for Joe Ingles. And of course, is such a popular player here and has not played yet in the playoffs. He wants to coach after he's finishing up. Joe Ingles, 37 years old, the Australian. Had some terrific years in the NBA, a tough, durable player.
Look, I was just going to say, as a former 37-year-old, you don't want to sit on ice for 2.5 hours and go out there with those young boys moving that fast. That sounds like a nightmare. I was a former 37-year-old player. That's the difference.
So approach on a minute remaining. Boy, it's so impressive what they did, especially not that they were deflated, but how they were dominated at times. They had some okay stretches in games 1 and 2, but when it came down to it, Oklahoma City just looked like they were so much better. And for them to come out, I've had some players, as Garza having the time of his life out there. Richard, I've had some players say that by 30, then lose at the buzzer by 1.
Depends on the team, depends on the player. If you want that opportunity, then you take that opportunity. You want a close game. You can learn a lot about yourself in close games. You can clean up certain things. But when things get out of reach like this and you're sitting on the sideline, you take it, you take the L, and you just keep pushing.
Well, game 4 is going to be Monday night. We'll have it on ESPN. Now, what a difference a game makes. And now those who have stayed, a standing ovation. This was some display of great team basketball. Swarming defense, convincing dominant win.